Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about land degradation and its conservation methods. So in my previous video I have told you how land is an important asset to us, and due to various activities this particular asset is getting degraded. So what we need to do, we actually need to conserve this particular asset to us, this particular resource of ours. Otherwise there will be a time when we will not be able to use this particular resource for us. So today we are going to first discuss about how land is basically getting degraded. So there are two basic reasons for land degradation. One is your natural and the other one is human. You must be amazed thinking that naturally also the land gets degraded. Yes, the land gets degraded naturally also due to various agents like water, like wind, through their erosional activities. So the erosional activities happening by the water, by the wind, leads to degradation of the land. And what does human do? Human actually aggravates the natural activities by deforestation, by mining activities. We actually aggravates the degradation of the soil, and we also aggravate the natural process of land degradation. So first up, let's understand what are the reasons done by the human. So first thing which we need to know is deforestation. It is actually removal of the patch of trees from a patch of land so that we can utilize it for various other purposes rather than making a forest, like for settlement purpose, for agricultural purpose, for industrial purpose. We remove the trees from a patch of land for using it for those particular things. Now the next one is your overgrazing. Yes, overgrazing also leads to degradation of the land. How does it happen? If we leave a bunch of cattle on a piece of land, on a patch of land, and they keep on grazing on that land, unguided, what will happen? The patch of land will completely get rid of the plants on it, get rid of the grasses on it, which will lead to losing of the soil particles, and eventually will lead to erosional activities and will lead to land degradation. So that is also one of the reason why the overgrazing leads to land degradation. Next one is mining and quarrying. We already know about it, how does mining activity takes place and how does quarrying activities takes place. So in both the activities, what are we doing? Actually, we are deforesting the area so that we can dig through the land, we can clear a patch of land, and then we can use it for extracting the precious elements like coal, like various other precious stones, right? So in this case also we are degrading the land as well as our environment. So this is the major thing, how your land is getting degraded. Now in case of India, if we study, the central part of India majorly sees land degradation. The reason is the type of precious minerals we get out here, the coal, the different type of iron, different types of coals we get out here in the central part of India, because of which the mining and the quarrying activities are more out here, leading to more of land degradation in this particular area. Apart from this, industrial activities in different part of the country also leads to land degradation. So next up we will be taking how to measure, what are the measures to conserve this particular asset of ours. First thing which comes in our mind is afforestation. Obviously afforestation is growing trees or growing plants in patches of land where trees are completely removed and it is no more there on that patch of land, which is leading to degradation of the land. So what we do, we plant trees on those areas so that the land can regain its fertility and land degradation stops in that particular area. So afforestation is the first thing. Secondly, proper management of grazing. Now in this case we have to understand, if you can see, making parcels for grazing, I have written here. So I'm making a patch of land out here. Now if there are crops on this particular patch of land, and we are leaving the cattle unprecedented out here, and there will be grazing everywhere. That will lead to losing of the soil, and the soil will get eroded, and hence for the land will get degraded. So what do? We plan actually how the cattle will graze. We make cells, we fence up the area, and then we make cell in that particular patch of land. And then at first few months we can leave the cattle in the first patch, and then we can lock up this area once the grasses are completely grazed, and we can leave the cattle to the second particular patch, and they will be grazing. In this way the other patches of the land will get time to grow grasses, and the land will stop from degrading, because soil erosion will not happen, as the other patches of land will be completely covered by grasses at that point in time. So this is how we can do proper management of grazing. Next, planting of shelter belts of plants. So in this actually what happens, there are certain areas where the soil is very loose and it is arid kind of climate is there. So what happens, the wind blows with a great speed, taking away, like I told you, naturally also your land degradation happens. So the wind blows away the soil, topsoil from the region, which leads to land degradation. So how we can help in those areas? We can plant certain trees like a belt, like you see in this picture, trees are being planted in a line. Now what happens in this, when the wind is blowing from one side, what will happen, the wind speed will reduce due to friction with the trees, and the soil in the other side will not get blown away with the wind. So this is how we can stop the soil erosion, we can protect the soil from getting eroded by the wind. So shelter belts are very much good measure to control land degradation. Next one is stabilization of the sand dunes. So this is basically done in the coastal region as well as in the desert region. What do? We actually fence up that area and we try to grow those particular types of plants which are adapted to that region. Now you can see in this particular picture there are certain bushes grown here and there. Those are actually adapted to this particular dry climate. Now what happens, the wind when it blows, the sand dunes cannot be taken away because it has already been grabbed by the roots of these particular plants. And moreover, with friction with this plant, what happens, the soil the sand is not moved very as frequently when it was bare. So that is how we can stabilize the dunes. Now why is it important? Because nearby the dune area there can be some fertile land. If the dunes have been taken, the sand is being blown away by the wind and it has been deposited over the agricultural land, then that might harm the agricultural land. The land resource will get degraded in that way. So that is why we conserve the land by stabilizing the sand dunes. Now the next one is proper management of wasteland. There are a lot of wasteland which we can see over our earth. Like in India also we can see a lot of wasteland. So what happens, the wasteland is converted into useful land. How do we do that? By planting trees out there, by letting growth of grasses out there, so that the soil can regain its fertility eventually, and then we can utilize for maybe for forestry, maybe later for agriculture purpose we can do it. Okay, so that is how you can see in this picture. The first the top pictures are showing you the degraded land, and with proper human activities like human measures to conserve the land, we have turned it into a better land from before. Now the next one is control of mining activities. I have already discussed that mining activities harms the environment too much because we deforest the area, blastings are done and a lot of gases do comes out from there. So that actually harms our land as well as the environment. So we need to control the mining activities, and we can also plant up trees in the nearby areas of the mining activities, so that the area which is not used for mining, that actually grow certain trees which will at least save those particular land from getting degraded, and the environment will also be helped a little bit. So that is one thing. Next one is proper discharge and disposal of the industrial effluents. Effluent is basically the waste material which comes out of the industries, and they have to be treated, otherwise they will harm the water bodies as well as our land. So what the industries have to do, the industries have to actually treat the wastewater, and the treated solid has to be disposed properly, and some of it can be also reused so that the environment does not get degraded as fast as before. So that is one of the measure industries have to take into consideration, these particular things. So this much from today's video. I hope you have understood Thank you and have a nice day.